Did you know science shows that time in nature, exploring new places, sharing good food, and letting someone else handle the details can seriously calm your overtaxed nervous system? Lucky for you, that's exactly what's waiting at our Nurture and Nourish Retreat this September on Bald Head Island, North Carolina. It's laid back, low-key, and set on an exquisite coastal island. If your body's craving calm and your soul is shouting, yes, please, you'll want to hear this. I'm MJ, and I'm inviting you alongside the lovely and wise Terri Orr to join us for this serene, soul-satisfying women's retreat. So let's get started. Welcome to the Youthful Older Yogi podcast. I'm MJ Waddell, your yogi host and founder of Share Yoga. I've been practicing, teaching, and loving yoga for over 25 years. I'm an advocate of movement, creativity, and staying healthy in mind and body in the prime time of your life. It's never too late to start, and there's a lot of healthy years ahead. So let's start now. Hi, everybody, and thank you for tuning in to the Youthful Older Yogi. I'm MJ Waddell, the creator and founder of Share Yoga, and I'm so happy you're listening to the podcast today. I have my very lovely and wise friend with me, Terri Orr, and we have a question for you today. And the question is, when was the last time you gave your nervous system a deserved break and a proper vacation? So Terri and I are going to be hosting a retreat in September, just a few weeks from now. And we just wanted to share everything with you so you have a better idea about it. So if you're not interested in a retreat, you can just close this and not listen. But I think you might be interested in having a really, really nice 5 days, 4 nights, a beautiful coastal retreat. It's called Bald Head Island. It's in North Carolina. And this retreat's not, your typical on the couch, you're just binging on Netflix, or you're not just scheduling downtime or juggling social obligations or any of that. So your biggest decision will be, should I do a beach walk, or should I make a smoothie, or should I go for a bike ride, or should I just, chill out? So we want to invite you to join us, and we're calling it Nurture and Nourish. It's in North Carolina at Bald Head Island. So in this retreat, it's not going to be jam-packed, overscheduled retreat. It's more of a minute-by-minute retreat. And we like to call it, only if you want to, right? So you get to decide how your day flows, and you get to unplug, exhale, and you let us take care of everything else. So let's start with the nurture part. Your nervous system is probably running on overload, on caffeine, calendar reminders. We all need a reset. We need a pause. And this retreat is designed to give you exactly that. So we're offering movement and meditation. This is gentle, accessible, no yoga pretzeling required. If you've never meditated, great. We're exploring what I call mind time. And they're just simple techniques, short moments, no pressure. Think of it like your taste testing piece. That's what I like to think of it. So, and then we'll toss in some playly dayful mindfulness challenges to keep things light, interesting, and doable. And in the evenings, we'll gather for dinner, for relaxed, heartfelt conversations. Nothing too deep or heavy, just honest talk about how we can all nourish ourselves. And instead of nourishing the whole world, the rest of the world. So think about just cozy chats, not group therapy, okay? So now let's talk nourishment with Terri Orr. And oh my God, the food, because the food is a big part of any retreat. And Terri lives her life with health and healing at the forefront. She has her whole life. She's going to be preparing all of our delicious meals. And each day you'll start with a healthy breakfast, buffet, perfect before heading out for your adventures. And dinners will be shared and beautiful. If you're curious about how to make these vibrant, simple meals at home, Terri's opening up the kitchen so you can learn. You'll even go home with recipes for smoothies, entrees, snacks, and desserts. It's like retreat magic that'll follow you home. And lunch, you'll have plenty of options stocked in the fridge and the pantry that you'll have accessibility to, so you can head out on the island and enjoy, or you can head out on the island and enjoy one of the local restaurants, because flexibility is part of the feast. So here's Terri, and Terri, I would love for you to share with our listeners how you've been leading a life of healthy eating, healthy living, healthy mindset for your entire life. She's also a wellness coach, and she just got certified in another coaching. I always forget what it is. You can tell them, but how it impacts, how healthy living impacts everything. And then, of course, what will you be preparing for us?
Wonderful. Well, I'm so happy to be here, MJ, and I'm happy to talk about our retreat. And anyone that's listening today, thank you for taking the time to listen. And I'm hoping you decide to join us, because it really is going to be a wonderful time. We spend so much of our time taking care of others. And really, what I do as a lifestyle medicine coach is I help you find the things in your life to take care of you through nutrition and exercise and mindset, stress management, rest and relaxation, spending time in nature. All of those modalities I use to help you decide, how am I going to live my life more healthily? And nutrition is one of the biggest pieces for me, because what you put in your body is really how you feel every day. It's how you fuel yourself up for your day. So I have been a foodie for life. I love good food. So that's a good thing, because that means whatever we're going to eat is going to taste good. It's going to be healthy, but most importantly, it's going to taste delicious. And it's going to be simple too. So I'll have ideas that you can take home to you and your family that others in your family will eat as well. So I'm super, super excited about it. I've lived healthily most of my life, but really predominantly started adding healthy food into my life. And instead of thinking, what is it that I don't want to eat, is what do I want to eat? What can I put into my diet that's going to make me feel better? Because I notice the difference both physically and mentally when I fuel my body with healthy food. And it's easier than you think. So you just start adding healthy things. And we're in my favorite season, fresh produce season. And really September, when we're doing the retreat, is at the height of the harvest. So there's so many fresh, beautiful fruits and vegetables available to us at that time of year that I'm really excited to incorporate into the meals that we're going to be eating on this beautiful island off of North Carolina. So really simply, ideas that I have are simple things: fresh smoothies in the morning, avocado toast, oats, fresh using seasonal produce. And for our dinners, it's going to be a community time, which is actually one of the other pillars of lifestyle medicine, is community. And they found that spending time together is really one of the most important things you can do, the connections in your life. So we'll have a little time in the evening to spend together, and you can watch me. You can help me prepare. You can just sit there and have a great conversation on a nice mocktail or real glass of wine, whichever you prefer. And we'll just prepare healthy meals together and have a great community time. So I've got fresh spring rolls planned with fresh produce. I've got pasta with fresh vegetables planned, and some yummy desserts as well.
I love it. It sounds amazing. I don't cook. I try to eat as healthy as possible, not cooking. I boil and blend and microwave, which is horrible, but I wanted to pop in and thank you for listening to the Youthful Older Yogi. I love bringing you great guests, education, and ways to stay youthful in mind and body. If you love the show and want to help me make it even better, please consider becoming a supporter. You get to choose how much and how often you give, and there's no commitment. And remember, I donate a portion of every dollar I receive to charity. For 2025, I've chosen United Nations World Food Program. Just click the support button in the show notes. And just as helpful is sharing the show with others. Thank you again so much for listening. And now let's get back to the podcast. This is another thing, speaking of community, where we can share things that we do also, that incorporates healthy eating and living and mindset with each other. So for instance, I have this great app on my phone. It's called Yuka. It's
it was started in by Canadians, I believe, or France. And so you go into the grocery store and it scans whatever you might want to buy, and it scans it like poor, good, or excellent, and it tells you everything like does it have too much sugar or too much salt or too caloric. So now after getting that app, literally I only buy things that are excellent.
I
So
love that.
also found actual microwave meals that are excellent. Like purple carrot is one of them, and there's another one. I've got it all. So finally, I'm not just, getting crap, microwave food. I'm actually getting the best microwave food. There's only a couple that are like excellent. The rest are pretty poor because there's a lot of additives. But anyway, we'll be sharing things like that. And it's made it so easy for me instead of just reading ingredients, which I don't even understand. And I don't know what the daily allowance is. And I kind of know what my protein should be. But anyway, and Terry's such an expert. Like she said, it's a lifestyle medicine coach, right? So this is like, can you explain the medicine part of it?
Sure. So it's a lifestyle medicine coach because we use evidence-based research in all of the modality, the pillars that we use. So when it comes to exercise, are proven things that movement has done to help your mind, to help your body, to help you heal? What are the things in food that heal your mind? So everything that I talk about or coach with really is evidence based. There's so much out there, so it's really confusing. So I really look at the evidence and what that shows in these different modalities. I just took a course on healing in nature. Wonderful course. And this is going to go perfect along with it. That there's proven studies that spending time in nature heals you. And it doesn't even have to be that much time in nature, which is surprising. So I really make it a point of every day trying to get out for 15 to 20 minutes to be outside in nature. So this retreat is that part of it alone, if you did nothing else but just sit in nature, is going to be healing for you and it's going to be restorative for you. So that's along a lot of the things that I coach my clients with is what is it really do you want to work on? And we talk about nutrition, we talk about exercise, we talk about spending time in nature, we talk about mindfulness. People get scared, I think, when you say the word meditation sometimes, like I can't meditate. It's just really being mindful. When I'm out there and I'm walking in the morning, sometimes it takes me a little bit to get out of my head, but then all of a sudden I do, and I hear the birds, and I see that I live on the Erie. I'm fortunate to live on the Erie Canal. I see the Erie Canal, and I see the trees and whatever's blooming that time of year, or even if it's winter and everything, there's snow or bare trees. All of those things give you a sense of healing.
Yeah, totally agree. And that's the whole premise of this retreat is to nurture and nourish with healthy eating, mindfulness. Like I said, it's mind time. I'm going to give you I'm going to introduce you to different techniques of how you can be mindful, or you can call it meditation. You can call it whatever you want. But I agree, sometimes in meditation, like I can't shut my brain off. It's not about shutting your brain off. It's actually about just noticing everything. And anyway, it'll be very simple things. And also, this retreat is only if you want to. These things will be offered. If you don't want to get up and do movement in the morning, you don't have to. You can sleep in, So it's really going to be such a lovely way to unplug, to reset, and to go back home with all these wonderful, simple things that you can incorporate into your daily life that aren't difficult. They're not difficult. Like you said, a short amount of time in nature, a short amount of time just, breathing, a short amount of time even looking out of a window it's so beneficial. But on the island, it's just a paradise. So you'll want to be out there in nature. So I want to tell you a little bit more about Bald Head Island. It's in North Carolina. It's the very northern point of North Carolina in the Cape Fear area. It's like pure coastal tranquility. You take a ferry across from the mainland, from Southport, North Carolina. And when you're taking the ferry, it's like already you're just like exhaling. You're getting on the ferry, you're going to the island. There's no cars on the island, no cars, only golf carts, bikes, and, walking. So, um, and honestly, that ferry ride, it feels like the beginning of the retreat. And you'll feel your shoulders drop as the mainland disappears behind you. And the home that we'll be staying for in our retreat, it's a beautifully renovated 6-bedroom, 3.5 bathroom, plenty of space. It's like a cozy coastal dream. There's private and shared rooms available with 3 full baths, a half bath, and even an outdoor shower. So you'll never feel crowded. And you'll want to explore this island. There are beaches to walk. There's marshlands to kayak. There's trails to hike, bikes. I think it's 14 miles of bike paths and golf carts to borrow. We have 3 golf carts at the home. So you can just, hop on a golf cart with a couple of us and just go explore. And then the sunsets are spectacular. So we'll be making group pilgrimages over to the beach, which is just a hop, skip, and a jump away, and to just sit and in the evening and soak up the beautiful sunsets. Okay, so here's the logistics. It's coming up. It's September 9th through 13th. If you're flying in, the destination will be Wilmington, North Carolina. And from there, you'll take a transport, which is approximately $55 to $60 one way to the marina. And then once you register, I'll send you a list of recommendations for transport companies with contact info and pricing. So I will give you, when you register, if you are interested and you want to come to this retreat, you will have everything you need to know, okay? I know sometimes traveling to a place you've never been to can be a little bit nerve-wracking, but I can assure you that unless, how sometimes things get delayed and stuff, but it's not as difficult as you may think. What do you
As a woman who travels alone quite a bit, I do know that feeling. But I do want to promise you, if you decide, or if your hesitancy is traveling alone, first of all, find a friend to come with you, and then you don't have to travel alone. But if that's not an option, or you're coming by yourself, I will personally make sure, and MJ, that you get there and that you're comfortable traveling. And I love being on a ferry. I'll ride the ferry back over with you. We'll make the arrangements so that maybe people come in at the same time. We definitely will make the travel part as easy as possible for you. So please don't let that hold you up if you're nervous about traveling alone. It's easy to get there. And we'll make sure that you have it all set, and we'll be right there waiting for you.
Yeah. Yes, for sure. We'll give you all the information. We'll make it as non stressful as possible. But once you get on that ferry, the stress is gone. And so it's very important if you're flying we have a lot of friends in Rochester, New York, that may be flying from Rochester or wherever you're flying from. I'll talk about that with you and make sure that when you fly back, you make it an afternoon flight, because you have to take the ferry back and then you have to go to the airport, and you want to make sure you have enough time. You don't want to be rushing. So, and we'll talk about that. Ferry tickets are purchased separately. They're $23 round trip. And again, you'll receive all the details once you sign up. If you're driving to there's a huge parking lot. There'll be space for you, and it's $12 a day, and it's in a secure parking lot. I drive there because I bring my bike on the back and things like that, and we'll be bringing supplies. But anyway, the drive, while I'm in Florida, it's about 13 hours from Florida. I think from Rochester, it's about 14 hours. That's with stuff, depending on track, that's approximately. All right, let's talk about the cost, because everybody wants to know that. Okay, we're keeping this retreat really intimate, only 8 women total. Okay, so we want everyone to have their own bed, and some rooms have king beds, which if you come with a friend and you're a really good friend or a relative, you can sleep in the same king bed together. Even if you want to come and have your own room, there are 6 bedrooms, 5 available because Terri and I will be in one of the bedrooms, okay? But even if there's 5 bedrooms, and so if 5 women want 5 of their own bedrooms, you can do that. So, and we want to have at least 4 to 5. We have to have at least 4 to 5 people sign up and commit. Otherwise, it won't make financial sense for us to run the retreat. So let's talk about the bedroom number 1. It's on the main level. It's a king bed. If you want a single, it's $19.95. And if you share it with somebody, it's $12.95 per person. Okay. Bedroom number 2, another king bed, same thing. It's on the main level. It's $19.95 for single occupancy. If you share the bed, it's $12.95 per person. Bedroom number 3, it's a lower level. They're bunk beds. They're not like really tiny bunk beds, like tiny kid bunk beds. They're actually like a double bed on the bottom and a really nice one on top. That is, you can have that alone and just sleep on the bottom bunk for $18.95. And if you share the bunk, it's $11.95 per person. And bedroom number 4, that's on the lower level, that's a queen bed, single occupancy. So unless you are really close with someone, you can share the bed, or you can have it for single. Again, $18.95 for single, shared bed, $11.95. Then bedroom number 5, it's in the loft. There's 2 queen beds. Okay, so we're not, we hope that you would just come with a friend. It's $11.95 per person. There are 2 queen beds there. If we have to, it could be single occupancy and it would be a little bit more than that, okay? There's another bedroom, the 6th bedroom is on the lower level and it's got 2 like double beds. I think that's where Terri and I will be staying, or we'll be staying in the bunk bedroom, either one. So there's lots of options where we can make it accessible and perfect for everyone depending on their needs. Okay. Did you ever share rooms or when you were on retreats, Terri?
I have. So really your sleeping time's pretty comfortable, especially if you're coming with somebody that you know. And I went on a retreat with my girlfriends and we shared a room that had 1 bed and then it had 3 beds in it. So and they were bunks, and we didn't spend a lot of the time in the bedroom, so that wasn't a big deal at all for us. We just want to enjoy where we're at and the experience that we're paying for. But we're always mindful if the other person wanted to take a nap or have that space on their own. So I think it's very common in retreat areas to have shared spaces, but of course with this retreat there's the option of having your own room as well if that's something that you are more comfortable with.
And there's TVs in every bedroom, but we are kind of saying unplug. Let's not turn the TV on. But if you got to see something, it's there for you. And the cost details are all laid out on the website, my website. It's shareyogawithmj.com, shareyogawithmj.com. But just know that once you're there, everything's going to be taken care of for you. You except your lunches are on your own, but again, you're going to have access to the pantry, to the refrigerator with prepared things that you can grab and take with you. So you don't have to worry about going hungry at all.
So there's plenty of food and plenty of things for us to eat.
Yes, plenty of food. And we're accepting payment through PayPal or Venmo. The deadline to register, we're saying August 24th, but we hope it's before that because that only gives 2 weeks to book plane tickets if you're flying. So we're making an incentive. If you register by August 10th, you'll get $100 off. So August 10th, you'll get $100 off. And again, we have to have 4 to 5 women to move forward. So we hope that's not the case. This is one of the experiences that your future self will really thank you for. You'll want to come back to this island. I can guarantee you. I've been vacationing here for over 15 years. So I know the island very intimately, and the house we're staying at, it's a family member's home, that one of my family members that owns the home. So I know everything about the island, and that's why I just want to share it with everybody because it's like so magical.
It's right after tourist season, so we'll pretty much have a lot of the island to ourselves. It won't be
Yeah,
busy. It'll be perfect.
yeah, exactly. So after Labor Day, everybody, the summer season, it slows down because kids have to go back to school and stuff. So there's less people there. And I will tell you that everything is on the island. They have one grocery store, but they have like a spa, they have gift shops, they have restaurants. You can get lost and go to the marshland where there's nothing, or you could go into the little hubs where they, have uh, shopping. And they have this turtle conservancy that because July, August, there's a big hatchings, and also the conservancy kids that study, I don't know, what do you call it, bio marine stuff.
Maybe.
So they come there and they educate. So you can go to the Turtle Conservancy. There's education. They can take you. I'm not sure if they'll still be hatching in September, but there's night walks, and so you can watch the hatchlings. It's really, really, it's so beautiful. Let's see, what else can I tell you? I can just go on about the island because I freaking love it. So how do you sign up? First, you're going to email me. That's in the show notes. You can or you can go to my website, shareyogawithmj.com, and there's a way to email or contact me right there on the website. Um, and then if you have any questions, hesitations, concerns, we can have a phone call or we can have a face-to-face on Zoom like this. I really recommend a Zoom call so you can get to know me and you can get to know Terri. And if we don't know you, we want to. But we also want to make sure that it's the right fit for you and the right fit for us. We want to be transparent about everything. So again, all the information is on the website. Some of the website, the deadlines are passed, but just know the new deadline is August 10th for $100 off. August 24th, if we don't have 4 or 5 people by then, we're cutting it off. We won't be able to do that. Okay. I want to say who this retreat is not for. Okay. Because you don't want to get there and go, what is going on? Okay. So this retreat is not for people that are seeking a really fast-paced go experience filled with a jam-packed schedule and high-intensity activities. If you're expecting advanced yoga or complex meditation practices, this might not be the right fit for you. No prior experience is required, and all sessions are completely optional. Okay. This is not a retreat if you prefer isolation. There'll be plenty of time for quiet reflection, and but we really value the power of social connection and shared experiences. The community part, like Terri was saying, is so important to our mental well-being. Like Terri and I are both single women who live alone. So I know, I'll speak for myself. I can't wait to have a community. Like, do you have anything to say on that, Terri?
Yeah, I would say that my friendships are one of the most important things in my life, and my sense of community, my involvement with the yoga community, and all the other things I do bring so much joy in my life. And I really do believe, and I know there's science based on it, that when you look at all the communities where people live, I might have shared this last time, to live to over 100 years old, the one thing they have in common is the sense of social connection and community. So there's something to it. And I have met beautiful, wonderful people along my retreats that I still stay in contact with. So I've never, ever regretted the expense or the time I've taken being on retreat. So I know you won't either if you decide to join us.
Yeah, thank you. Also, it's not for you if you're seeking a therapeutic retreat, like intense emotional healing or professional support for deep-rooted issues. That's not what we're there for. And also, if you have mobility challenges and require assistance getting around due to the natural landscape and setting, this might not be the right retreat for you. It's not a hill, it's a very flat island, but and we have golf carts available. There are some bikes available at the house. And, but walking, we don't want And the house is 3 levels. So there's the lower level. The main level is where the kitchen and the living room and the big open space is. And then the upper level is the loft. So there's bedrooms on every level. Okay. The retreat is for women who are in the prime time of life. Terri shared this term with me, the prime time of life. Can you explain that? Because I just love it.
Sure. So prime time of life is really anyone, once we've hit 40 and beyond, we're in the prime time of our lives. And MJ and I both believe in flourishing at this time in our lives. And we'd like to share that with you if you're in the prime time as well.
Yes. And would you be willing to tell your age, Terri?
Sure. I'll be 55 in September. So right after retreat is my birthday.
Yes, so Terri's 55, I'm 65, so we are both prime timers. So we're looking for, women, and also it's for women who've spent years and years caring for others and giving energy to their family, to their careers, to their communities, and often putting your own needs on the back burner. So it's time to invest in you. And also, this is for women that crave rest without an overscheduled itinerary, okay? Remember, it's going to be a small retreat, just 8 women in a beautiful, comfortable home on the island. And everything is taken care of for you, allowing you to fully unplug, unpack, and exhale. Also, it's for those who wish to indulge in fresh meals without the need to plan and cook. Hello, you don't have to plan or cook. You just eat.
That's one of the best parts about retreat for me is that someone else is going to be making all my wonderful, yummy food. And that will be me, and I'm happy to do it.
Awesome. And you'll be nourished in every way. This is including the delicious, thoughtfully prepared plant-based meals that support your well-being. And this is for also women that are long for freedom to nourish yourself in a way that feels natural, okay? Whether it's through movement, yoga, meditation, mindfulness, walks on the beach, exploring the island, a quiet cup of tea. This is your time to reset and recharge and just receive some care and kindness for yourself. You've so freely given to others. So, final thoughts. I already said this after Labor Day, the crowds go home. The island becomes a little bit more serene. There's no crowds, no chaos, just space for you to come and be yourself. So if your soul is kind of whispering, yes, yes, I want to do this, just listen to it. Just listen to it and give yourself this gift, this breath, this opportunity, and this permission to nurture and nourish yourself. We encourage you to share this with friends or family or anyone that you think may be interested, your groups, your community, anyone you might feel needs. I'm calling it, instead of R and R, I'm calling it N and N, nourish and nurture. You need some N and N. And we're also planning future retreats and want you and others to have all the information. So we really hope to see you there. And again, please go to my website, shareyogawithmj.com. You can reach out to me. We can schedule a call. This is the big picture, the other small details. And on the website, it's everything, what's included, what's not included, things like that. So it's more detailed. Did you want to say anything in closing, Terri?
So again, you can reach out to me as well. And I think lately if you're listening to this and you're saying, yeah, this is what I want to do, say yes. Just say yes. And that's what I've been doing. I joined a music is healing thing, and I have not had any music training my whole life. I bought my first instrument, and life is so much more fun when you say yes to those little voices inside you that say, this is for me. So if you've listened to us today and this is for you, please say yes and reach out to one of us, and we'll give you everything you need to get you there.
Well, thanks for joining me, Terri, and thanks for all of you that are listening and sharing this podcast. It's the Youthful Older Yogi. Please share and like, comment. We'd love to hear from you. And better yet, we'd love to have you on the retreat with us. And until we meet again, keep sharing yoga. Namaste.
Thank you so much for listening. Now you can go to my show notes on YouTube or Buzzsprout and send me a voicemail or email. I'd love to hear what topics you'd like me to speak about, what your thoughts are on the episodes, and maybe I'll share your message on a future episode. Please subscribe to my website, shareyogawithmj.com, so you can receive my newsletters and be first to know about my retreats, workshops, courses, and freebies. If you navigate on social media, you can find me mostly on Facebook and a bit on Instagram at Mary Jane Waddell. That's Jane with a Y, Jayne. This podcast would not be possible without the help of my editor, Dan Jones from Cocoa Beach Productions. You can find Dan at cocoabeachweb.com. And of course, thanks to my generous guests who share their time, insights, and youthful wisdom. Remember, the Youthful Older Yogi podcast is presented solely for educational, inspirational, and entertainment purposes. It is not intended as a substitute for a physician or other qualified professionals. Okay, yogis, stay well, stay youthful, and keep sharing yoga.